Ding, ding, ding. 3 sevens light up, the screen explodes in color, bells going wild. That rush when the slot finally hits, you can feel it, right? That pure jolt of adrenaline when the reels line up, and suddenly the machine's your best friend? But here's what former casino employees are finally admitting: not all slot machines are created equal. Some are built to pay, and others are designed to take. And the crazy part? The difference between them is right there in plain sight, if you know what to look for. Behind every bright screen, catchy tune, and almost win moment are 9 hidden secrets casinos will never advertise. These are the same insider tips that floor employees used to share quietly with friends and family. The real stuff that separates players who walk away ahead from the ones wondering how their money vanished so fast. In this video, you're going to learn every one of those 9 secrets. No fluff, no theory, just the exact strategies people on the inside used to guide their loved ones when they came to play. So let's make this fun. Quick question before we start. What's the longest winning streak you've ever had on a slot? 1 hour? 3 hours? A whole night? Drop it in the comments. I'm curious how long people actually stay hot when things go right. All right, let's jump into what casinos hope you never figure out. Secret number 1. Not all slot machines are equal, even when they look identical. Here's the first truth that blows people's minds. 2 slot machines sitting right next to each other with the exact same name, graphics, and sounds can have completely different payout settings. Let's talk about something called RTP, return to player. That's the percentage of money a machine is programmed to pay back over its lifetime. So if a slot has a 96% RTP, that means over millions of spins, it'll pay out $96 for every $100 wagered. The other $4, that's the casino's profit, the house edge. Now here's the sneaky part. Casinos can choose different versions of the same machine. For example, one Buffalo slot might be set at 92%, and another Buffalo, same artwork, same game, could be set at 96%. You wouldn't know it just by looking. Why? Because slot machine manufacturers create multiple versions, 90%, 92%, 94%, 96%, and the casino decides which one to install based on their goals. High traffic areas near the entrance? Usually tighter machines. They don't need to pay much because tourists and casual players will play them anyway. Quieter corners, deeper in the casino? Those sometimes run looser to keep people playing longer. When I worked in the industry, we'd see this all the time. A player would brag about hitting a massive bonus on one Buffalo machine, then get crushed on another one a few feet away. Same name, different math. They blamed luck. We knew better. The problem is, casinos don't label machines with their RTP. There's no sticker saying, this one's 92%, this one's 96%. So how do you spot the difference? Here's your challenge. Next time you're at the casino, find 2 of the same slot machines in different areas. Play $20 on each as a test. Which one gives you more small hits? Which one feels like it keeps you in the game longer? That's your clue. Comment below after you try it. I want to see if you can feel the difference yourself. Secret number 2. Higher denominations equal higher payback. This one's simple but powerful. The higher the denomination, the higher the RTP. It's not an absolute rule, but it's true about 90% of the time. Here's the breakdown. Penny slots, 85 to 90% RTP. Nickel slots, 90 to 92%. Quarter slots, 92 to 94%. Dollar slots, 94 to 96%. $5 slots and up, 96 to 98% or higher. Why? Because the casino earns more per spin on higher denominations, so they can afford to loosen them up a bit. Let me show you what that means in real numbers. If you play $100 through a penny slot at 88% RTP, you're losing about $12 on average. Play that same $100 through a dollar slot at 95% RTP, and your expected loss is around $5, less than half. Same time, better math. But, and this is really important, that only works if your bankroll can handle it. If you've only got $50 and you sit down at a $5 machine betting $10 a spin, you're getting 5 spins. That's not a session, that's a coin flip. To let the math work in your favor, you need volume, 100 to 200 spins minimum. So what's the sweet spot? For most players, it's quarter or dollar denominations. If you got $100, bet between 50 cents and $1 per spin. If you got $200, go $1 to $2 per spin. You'll get solid RTP and enough spins to actually trigger a bonus. Now, quick poll. If you had $150 to play with, would you rather play a penny slot at 88% RTP for 3 hours or a dollar slot at 95% RTP for 1 hour? Time versus math. Which one do you pick? Drop it in the comments. I'm really curious which side you're on. Secret number 3. Video poker, the hidden gem of the casino. Let's talk about the game most slot players ignore. Video poker. If you're after the best payback on the casino floor, video poker beats traditional slots. A full-pay jacks or better video poker machine, that's the 9.6 version, pays back 99.54% with perfect play. Even if you make a few mistakes, you're still sitting around 98 to 99%. Compare that to the average slots, 90 to 92%, and it's not even close. Why do insiders love video poker? Because it's transparent. The pay table is right there on the screen. You can see how much a royal flush, a full house, or a flush pays, and it follows real card probabilities. No mystery, no rigged real weighting. Now, it does take a bit of skill. If you just mash buttons, your RTP drops fast. But if you learn even a basic strategy, the kind you can find on a simple chart online, you're instantly playing one of the best odds games in the building. Here's what to look for. Find a machine that says jacks or better. Check the pay table. For a 1-coin bet, if the full house pays 9 and the flush pays 6, that's a 9.6 machine, the good version. If it's 8.5, that's weaker, lower RTP. That tiny difference adds up. Over hours of play, it's roughly a 1.5% swing in your favor. Here's your mission. Next time you're at the casino, stop by the video poker section. Check 3 machines. Can you spot a 9.6 jacks or better? Comment below if you find one. I want to see how common they still are. Look, I get it. Some people just want to spin reels and enjoy the lights. But if you want to play the smartest math in the room, video poker is where it's at.
Secret number 4. Pay tables change more than you think. All right, let's swing back to regular slot machines for a second, because here's a secret that shocks almost every casual player. Even on the same exact game, the pay tables can vary wildly. Yup, you could sit down at 2 identical Buffalo machines, same cabinet, same graphics, same sound effects, and get totally different payouts. Let's use Buffalo as the example again. One version might pay 25 credits for 4 Buffalo symbols. Another version might only pay 20. Same game, different math. And that's not just Buffalo. Wheel of Fortune? Some versions cap the multiplier at 10x. Others go all the way to 20x or higher during the bonus. If you're chasing those big moments, you definitely want the version with the higher cap. So how do you find out? Simple. Before you spin, tap the Info or Help button. Every modern video slot has one. It'll show you the pay table, bonus features, and symbol payouts. Take 30 seconds and actually compare 2 machines side by side. You'll be shocked how often they differ. When I worked in the casino, I saw this mistake constantly. Players would jump on a machine, drop $100, and 5 minutes later they'd be grumbling, "Why did it pay less than last time?" Answer: they sat at a different version. So here's a fun experiment. Next time you're out, find 2 of the same slot titles in the same casino. Tap that Info button. Are the pay tables identical or different? And if they're different, which one would you play? Post what you find in the comments. Let's crowdsource which casinos are using the friendlier versions. Secret number 5. Machine placement isn't random. Okay, this one is huge, and it's something every ex-casino employee knows by heart. Machine placement on the floor is completely strategic. Casinos design their layouts like chessboards. Every machine is placed with intent. Let's start with the obvious. The machines near main entrances, by the buffet, or along main walkways. Those are usually tighter. Why? Because they don't need to pay well. They get non-stop traffic from curious players, tourists, and people just passing through. Those spots print money no matter what. But, and here's where it gets tricky, casinos also sprinkle in a few looser machines near high traffic spots to create what's called social proof. When someone wins where everyone can see, it creates buzz. You hear the bells, see the lights, and think, wow, people are winning here. So yes, you'll find tight machines near entrances, but there are also strategically loose ones mixed in to get attention. So where should you look instead? According to ex-casino employees, the best performing areas often include just outside the high limit room. Even if you're not playing high limit, those nearby machines often have stronger payback percentages because the casino wants to attract higher value players. Along the back walls or quieter corners, those machines need a reason to keep players interested, so they're often set a bit looser. Near the players' club desk or cashier's cage, casinos love it when players cashing out see others hitting bonuses. It builds confidence and keeps people playing. But once you're deep into the floor, especially in the middle sections, the casino knows you're already committed. Those machines don't need to entice you anymore. Here's a little experiment that floor staff used to recommend. Next time you visit, spend the first 10 minutes just observing. Don't play yet. Watch where the wins are happening. Are the jackpots near entrances or tucked away in corners? You'll start to notice patterns. Comment below if you've ever spotted hot zones in your local casino. I want to see how consistent these patterns are around the country. Secret number 6. Progressives pay worse, except when they don't. All right, now let's talk about the big flashy machines with life-changing jackpots. Progressives. You know, Megabucks, Wheel of Fortune Progressive, Buffalo Grand. Those ones where the top prize keeps climbing higher and higher until someone hits it. Here's the insider truth. To fund that massive jackpot, the base game RTP is usually lower. A standard Buffalo slot might run around 94% RTP. The progressive version? More like 90%. That 4% difference goes straight into feeding the jackpot pool. So yeah, progressives generally pay worse on smaller wins. But that doesn't mean you should avoid them entirely. Because once that jackpot climbs high enough, the math actually flips in your favor. Let's say the average jackpot hits around $500,000. If you see it sitting at $2 million, that extra $1.5 million sitting on top is basically overlay, free equity. That's when sharp players jump in. They're not chasing, they're calculating. Here are the 3 golden rules if you're going to play a progressive. Only play when the jackpot is unusually high. If it's 3-4 times its normal reset value, the math is finally leaning toward you. Always bet max. If you don't, you're not eligible for the big prize, even if you hit the jackpot symbol. Nothing's worse than hitting the jackpot symbol and realizing you didn't qualify. And have the bankroll to survive. Progressive bets are often $5, $10, even $20 per spin. You need at least 100 spins worth of bankroll to give yourself a fair chance. So here's my question for you. Would you rather chase a $2 million jackpot on a tighter machine? Or stick to a regular game with smaller, steadier payouts? There's no wrong answer. It depends on your style. Drop your choice in the comments. I'm curious which side you're on, the dream chasers or the steady grinders.
Secret number 7. The Players Club isn't just for points. If you've ever skipped signing up for a Players Club card, thinking, I don't need another loyalty program, you're leaving real money on the table. Here's the thing. The Players Club is the only tool that actually gives you value back for every dollar you bet. And no, it's not just about free buffets or discounted rooms. Casinos use your Players card to track your play, how long you play, what machines you choose, and how much you wager. That data is gold to them. And in exchange, they'll reward you for giving it to them in the form of cash back, free play, and comps. But here's the insider twist most people don't realize. Not all players are treated equally. The system tracks something called your theo, short for theoretical loss. It's how much the casino expects you to lose based on your betting habits. So if you play smart,
meaning you play longer, lower volatility games with good RTP, your Theo looks lower than someone dumping hundreds into high volatility progressives. That means you can appear like a low-risk, steady player while still earning strong comp value. Want a pro move? Use your card every session, but don't always max bet. Spread your play across multiple visits. Casinos love consistent players. They'll send you offers faster than high rollers who blow $500 in one sitting. Oh, and if you ever get a mailer or email offering a $50 free play or 2 free nights, that's not random. It's because their system tagged you as a valuable repeat player. So yes, use your card every time. Because if you're going to play anyway, you might as well get rewarded for it. All right, quick question. What's the best freebie or comp you've ever gotten from a casino? A free room, a buffet, maybe concert tickets? Drop it in the comments. I love seeing what different casinos give out. Secret number 8. New machines are looser than you think. This one's a classic insider tip, and it's surprisingly true. When casinos install brand new slot machines, especially flashy new titles with bright graphics or movie themes, they often set them to pay a little better at first. Why? Marketing. Casinos want that buzz. They want players walking by and seeing someone hit a big bonus on the new Wicked Winnings 3 or the latest Dragon Link. It's free advertising. So for the first few weeks, new machines tend to hit bonuses slightly more often or pay a bit stronger. Not by much, maybe 1 to 2% better RTP, but it's noticeable. Then, once the hype dies down and the word spreads that this game's hot, the casino quietly swaps the chip or updates the settings to the normal range. No announcement, no sign, just a silent change behind the scenes. So here's your move. If you walk into a casino and see a new machine surrounded by curious players and glowing with activity, jump in early. Within the first few weeks of launch, you might just catch that intro period where it's paying a bit freer. But remember this, after that first month or so, it goes back to being a regular machine. So keep your eyes open for new game signs or floor staff talking about a new arrival. That's your window. And if you ever notice a new game hitting jackpots left and right, grab a seat. Just don't get too attached once the honeymoon's over. Secret number 9. Licensed slots usually pay worse. Now this last one might break a few hearts, but if your favorite machine is based on a movie, TV show, or celebrity like The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, or Elvis, it's probably paying worse than the others. Why? Because the casino and the slot manufacturer both have to pay licensing fees for those brands. And guess who covers that cost? You do. It's not that those machines are rigged, they're just programmed with a lower base RTP to offset the brand royalties. Most licensed slots run around 87 to 90% RTP, while a non-branded equivalent might sit at 93 to 95%. You're literally paying extra for the themes, sounds, and graphics. Now, don't get me wrong, they're fun. If you're playing for entertainment, go for it. But if you're chasing value or stretching your bankroll, stick to the classic unbranded games. Look for titles like Double Diamond, Quick Hit, Buffalo, Non-Progressive, Lightning Link. These are casino staples for a reason. Simpler math, stronger payback. So next time you're walking through the floor and see Iron Man calling your name, maybe wave hello, but head for Buffalo instead. All right, let's wrap this up. You've just learned the 9 insider secrets that ex-casino employees quietly shared with friends and family. Let's do a quick recap. Not all identical machines are equal. Check different locations. Higher denomination equals higher RTP. Play within your bankroll. Video poker rules for payback. Find 9-6 jacks or better if you can. Pay tables matter. Always check the info screen before you play. Machine placement is strategic. Avoid entrances, explore quieter zones. Progressives are tricky. Great only when jackpots are unusually high. Players Club pays back value. Always swipe your card.
New machines often start loose. Catch them early. Licensed slots pay for branding. Fun, but not smart bankroll picks. If you remember these, you're already playing smarter than 90% of the people walking into that casino. Here's the thing. Gambling should be fun, not stressful. These secrets don't guarantee wins, but they do tilt the odds just a little bit more in your favor. And the truth is, smart play isn't about beating the house, it's about lasting longer, playing smarter, and walking away when you're ahead. Smart play checklist before you spin. Check the pay table. Look for 9-6 video poker or 94% slots. Avoid brand-heavy games. Play in quieter areas, not near entrances. Use your player's card every time. Set a win goal and a stop-loss limit. Never chase losses. Walk away proud. All right, now I want to hear from you. What's your go-to slot machine right now? Is it Buffalo, Lightning Link, Wheel of Fortune, or are you one of the video poker converts after hearing this? Drop your favorite machine and biggest win story in the comments. I read every one of them. And hey, if this helped you understand slots a little bit better, like the video, subscribe for more insider casino tips. Share it with your casino crew. Let's make sure everyone plays smarter, not harder.